Hey, this is Lorena, and I wanted to do a video for you on what do you do with quilts that have applique. You know, I'm starting this applique series, so I wanted to talk about how you can long arm quilt them or how you could quilt them if you make an applique quilt, or if you're a long armer, if you get clients quilts that are, applique. What do you do with them? So I hope you like this video. Well, I want to talk about one of my quilts. I know I've shared this quilt a couple times. It's called Father of Lights quilt. I had appliqued the metallic dove and the surrounding beams of color, and I satin stitched around that fabric, so it wasn't turnover applique or hand applique per se, but it was machine appliqued. In this quilt, I decided that I really didn't want to quilt on top of it. I decided to quilt pebbles and my flower around it and a couple little swirls here and there to kind of make the sunbeam pop up. I did this quilt a long time ago when I was in college in 2015. In my sociology class, we were doing a survey, and I ended up doing an A&M University quilt. I appliqued the star and the A&M and all that kind of border the A&M logo had. This is an old logo, by the way, because they changed the logo the year I graduated. What I decided to do is I quilted on the star of the A&M logo. I went and I sewed on the A&M with a water soluble thread with probably a couple layers of batting. And what that did, it trapuntoed the A&M out. What you see here on the A&M is that it moves forward and you see the star receding back. Now I could have done both the star and A&M, or I could have reversed it, quilted down the A&M and trapuntoed the star to come forward. But you know, I felt that I needed to honor my A&M logo. You have options with long arming or quilting your quilts when it comes to applique. I just wanted to share a couple videos of some quilts that I did for a couple clients, where a client gave me a Bluebonnet Sue quilt that she found at a Goodwill, where I went ahead and I just custom quilted it in the sense of where I meandered it around. Sometimes I did a little loops and little things like that. Now let me just say this, you have options. You can long arm on an applique area, but I think sometimes when you see applique, you want to honor the amount of work that was put into it, so you want to highlight it. In this footage, I wanted to share with you a quilt top that I made for a friend of mine. She just had a grandson, and I did this applique was monkeys on a tree. It was a really beautiful quilt that came out, but by the time I was ready to quilt it, I did not want to custom quilt it. I went ahead and I put it on my long arm quilting machine and I let it go. I decided that all the applique, I didn't have time to highlight it. So I pantoed the heck out of it and just moved on from the process. So there are some beautiful applique quilts that if the client doesn't want you to custom quilt it and they kind of just want to get it quilted because it's going to be a used quilt, you can panto through the applique. And I did it with this quilt and it came out beautiful. I just kind of wanted to share with you a couple of the quilts that I've quilted that had applique. I didn't want this video to be very long. I kind of wanted to make it, you know, quick and sweet and something easy to look at. So there are some ideas and variations on how you can work on applique quilts. I really do hope this is helpful, and I'll see you on the next one, okay? Talk to you later. Bye.